I'm looking for people who are willing to delay gratification. They're willing to do the hard stuff now so that they can do the fun stuff 5 years from now, and that are good decision makers and good leaders and good communicators. So I'm trying to attract the right type of people. My messaging, everything I do, I'm trying to attract the right type of people.
What is that? Just give us a stereotype on who is that? What is that person you're looking to attract?
I think if we just look at the United States, I think 70% of people are totally incompetent. They can't manage their own life. They can't manage their finances. They can't manage their health. They can't manage their relationships. They're leaving a wake of destruction in their path.
And they still vote.
Yes. So obviously we want to weed those out. I don't want them reaching out to me. But then of the people who actually try, most of them they're just not cut out for it. As an entrepreneur, I've been consistently just awakened to the fact that not everybody's cut out for it. Not everybody's good at decision making. Not everybody wants it. People are interested in other things. While you and I are very motivated by our careers and money and building businesses and growth, that excites us. Most people could care less about that. So
what do most people care about?
Most people care about, I guess if we just look at their lives as a reflection of what they care about scrolling TikTok, watching Netflix, ordering Uber Eats, watching porn, and sitting on the couch.
So just feeling good in an immediate sense.
Yeah, they can't delay gratification.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for people who are willing to delay gratification. They're willing to do the hard stuff now so that they can do the fun stuff 5 years from now. And that are good decision makers and good leaders and good communicators.
I have a theory on gratification and delayed gratification is that gratification, much like money, compounds the longer you allow it to, like, that you don't touch the gratification.
Oh man, amazing.
Right?
I look at a career as a snowball. And at the top of the hill, you got a pebble. When you get out of college, nobody wants to hire you. You have no actual good skills because college isn't really about that. And it's fine. It's fine. I'm not dissing college in any way. I had an amazing experience. I would go back. My kids are going to go to college.
College is because parents want you out of the house by 18, but the world's not ready for you until you're about 22.
Yeah,
22.
so you come out and
it's like a holding tank.
You come out of college and you're just forced, they throw you to the dogs and you're forced to try to make it in a world where nobody wants you and you can't add value to any company. Kyle wants you. You can come here.
I'm about to say, Matthew, dude, we're built on giving.
But you have to go.
What I say is, I said, listen, I can teach you skill sets. I can't teach you mindsets.
Yep.
Exactly. I could teach you from a real estate perspective how to underwrite, how to, the sales cadence. I'm thinking about your business. You could teach them, in essence, you could give them a playbook on how to be an entrepreneur, but you can't teach them the mindset on how to be an entrepreneur.
I figure I'm gonna have to hire 50,000 people over the years to get 1,000, 2%.
Yeah.
I think 2% really have it, and can just make it happen. So, but yeah, the career is a snowball at the top of a hill, and the faster you can get it rolling down, and the more snow you're willing to pack on it before you cut a big chunk off. And if every time you switch a job, you're abandoning that snowball, and you go to a different industry, or you go do something else, or you get bored and you go to a greener pasture on the other side of the fence. So, yeah, it's delayed gratification and sales and uncomfortable, putting yourself in these uncomfortable situations, whether it's a sales environment. I think life is sales. It's such a valuable skill that folks at your company have because every part of life as a wealthy person is sales. Yeah. I sold my 6-year-old on getting in the car this morning. I sold my wife on where we want to go to dinner, or she sold me. And I'm selling every single one of my employees to trust me and to trust me with their career. I'm selling my partners to invest with me. I'm selling my vendors to sell to me. I'm selling my customers to buy from me.
You're selling your employees to follow you. I agree 100%.
What have you seen? Is there one thing that you've seen in what sets the kids apart that become killers?
Not on the surface, no. I just was having this conversation over the weekend. I was at one of my kids' soccer games. I was just sitting on the sideline, get ready for the game. The guy was asking about hiring and how many people we hire. And, he asked the question everybody. I was like, do you know ahead of time? I was like, nope. Nope. He's like, well, what about personality? I was like, oh, we do personality surveys. We have different iterations of questions that we've basically evolved.
You're looking for kids that have done a certain amount of things
that
you think are
so
correlated.
People are like, oh, well, you must love to hire athletes. I was like, yeah, we love to hire athletes, but there's literally 10,000 athletes we hired that were just totally not capable of doing this. And there's a lot of people at this company who weren't athletes. They weren't decathletes. They weren't football players. It just wasn't. And so it gets back to, you know, what I call a mindset, but it's really an internal fortitude. Some people call it grit. Some people call it mental toughness. And I have not yet figured out how to measure for that. So,
a lot of people have those things and they can't make the right decisions. They self-sabotage, whether it's past trauma.
Yeah, the formula is too complicated for me to figure out thus far. And maybe one day someone will. I don't think so. I think for us, it's like you just got to hire more people.
It's odds. We're playing the numbers.
So I said it's like Moneyball, and I said we just hire more people. We put them all in a good position where they have training, they have accountability, they have technology, they have mentorship, and they at the individual level will ultimately decide if they're going to be successful or not. I can't carry people with me in life.
I 100% agree. I'm not in the, one thing that took me a really long time to learn as an entrepreneur is I'm not in the business of changing people. I spent the first 5 years of my career, one of my employees was messing up. They were letting me down. They were making bad decisions. They're costing me money, whatever it is. And I would say, I can change them. All I need to do is coach them a little bit longer. I can make them better. It's my fault. I can do it. And yes, that it is my fault as a business owner. I put them in that position, especially if it's affecting my company. It's my fault. But nowadays, look, yes, 20% of people change. And Nick, people say, Nick, you're so cruel. What are you talking about? Why would people not change? Of course they change. Yeah, they change, but 1 in 10 will change. And I'm a gambling man, and I'm not taking those off. Big news, guys. I created a free PDF that details my method on how I analyze a self-storage facility and figure out what it's worth. Give me a pen, the back of a napkin, and a couple metrics, and I can figure out about what the property is going to be worth to me. If you want to download this PDF, click in the show notes, the first link, and you can give me your email address and you get a email right away with a 4-page PDF that outlines exactly how I think about underwriting or giving my initial analysis on a self-storage facility. Again, click the link in the show notes and you're going to get that document for free. This episode of Sweaty Startup is brought to you by SupportShepherd.com. SHEPHERD. They are a full-service headhunting agency in the Philippines to help you find talent for your service business at 20% of the cost of U.S. equivalents. I've hired 8 employees through Support Shepherd. I cannot speak highly enough about how it is revolutionizing my business. This company finds you candidates. They background check them, they do personality tests, they make sure they're a good fit based on your job description, they set up the interviews, and they even help you with the employment contract when you're ready to make the hire. I cannot recommend them enough. Check out SupportShepherd.com to learn more.